Chapter 11. This is my kindness. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 11. This is my kindness. In the morning, after taking a hot bath, the crown prince was getting ready. 2 maid servants helped him wear the black colored, golden border dragon upper coat over the inner robe. At the back of the dragon coat, a tiger was carved using the golden threads, symbolizing the imperial might and strength of the crown prince. The crown was placed over the head of Xingli in the bun, and it was fixed by the golden hairpin. Your Highness has to go for the morning greetings with Her Highness. Thereafter, joining the family breakfast hall along with Her Highness, Xing Fu told the crown prince humbly. The golden belt was tied around the waist of the crown prince, and he turned to Xing Fu. Is the crown princess ready? Xingli questioned. Her Highness is ready and is waiting for you, Xing Fu replied with a bowed head. We are leaving for the crown princess inn. Inform the court Lady Su that I am coming there. Xing Fu bowed his head further upon hearing the crown prince's order and left for the Zhenju inn. General Wang came to the dressing room and bowed his head, joining his both hands by raising them to his shoulders. What happened? Are you here in the early morning? Xingli queried him. Your Highness, we have caught the spy from Juyan who was sent by the new king of Juyan after us. General Wang informed the crown prince, whose expressions darkened. Why did he send the spy after us? Did you interrogate the spy? Xingli queried Wang Hao, who shook his head in agreement. The spy is loyal to his master, so is not speaking anything. Your Highness, I think we shall inform the emperor regarding this, as this is the issue of rebellion where even after accepting the suzerainty, the Juyan king is using the other ways. General Wang raised his suspicions. Wang Hao, the Juyan king will not send the spy when his princess is just married to me. He knows the consequences. The spy was intentionally sent but not from Juyan king instead of someone who is a foe of me. To create destabilization in my position, the crown prince proclaimed. General Wang put his both hands down and then looked at the crown prince. Is His Highness referring to the first prince because he is the only person who is not happy with this alliance? The first prince could not stop your marriage with the crown princess, so he is using this evil way to create a conflict. Wang Hao made some assumptions. I am not sure, but except the first prince, no one can dare to do that. I will interrogate the spy after general greetings and the court session will end, Xingli proclaimed. General Wang bowed his head and left the chamber while Xingli left for the crown princess chamber. Aning Lily was sitting near the dressing table when she heard that the crown prince was coming there. The maidservants left the inn as soon as Xingli stepped inside. Ing Lily stood up from the chair and asked him why he came there. Shall you not greet me first? Xingli annoyingly asked from Ing Lily, who glared into his eyes. It seems you are quite desperate for my greetings, Ing Lily proclaimed, which infuriated the crown prince. Xingli stepped ahead and said, No, I do not want your greetings. Instead, I want you to learn some manners that you have left in Juyan. Do not let anyone know about our relationship, else you have to face my wrath. Aning Lily did not feel good hearing Xingli's words, so she snapped at him. I wish not to tell our relationship to anyone because people already know about your lover. Xingli knitted his brows. It seems the crown princess is jealous of my lover. Shall I tell you why? Because you are not getting the love and attention of your husband, he smirked and turned. The crown prince is in the biggest illusion of his life. Who wants the love of a person like you? I request the crown prince not to come here now and then, Ing Lily proclaimed when Xingli turned back to her and grabbed her neck. Leave me, Ing Lily struggled and grabbed the hand of Xingli, who had tightened his grip on her neck. What do you mean, a person like me? Just say that in your eyes I am barbaric who was kind enough to your family and you. You would be in prison for hurting me last night. Your entire family would be wiped away by now, but you should be grateful to me that I spared you along with your petty family. Saying this, he pushed off the crown princess. Ing Lily was hit against the table and a knife that was placed on that table cut into her hand. Ah! Ing Lily passed a low scream and looked at her hand, which had bled. Xingli stepped towards her and gripped her injured hand. The crown princess whimpered in pain. You are hurting me, Ing Lily said as she hit him on the chest, using her other hand. This is my kindness on a kind woman like you that I am still bearing your sight. It will take me seconds to make your life hell, but I am holding myself back from not doing anything to you, Xingli pronounced. Ing Lily's eyes filled with tears as Xingli kept on increasing the pressure on her injured hand. You killed my father and you think it is the kindness you did to me. You have already turned my life hell. You are hurting me when you have no right over me, Ing Lily proclaimed. The two were glaring at each other when Xingli left her hand and strode out of the chamber. Ing Lily saw her hand on which the wound was deepened. My lady, what happened to your hand? Su Binshi, who just came in, concernedly asked. I am calling the physician, Su Binshi asserted and walked out. Ing Lily did not let the tears off her eyes and took a deep breath. She was broken inside, but for her father, she had to be strong because that's the only way she could fight against the inhuman crown prince. The royal physician came running there and bowed his head. Your Highness, please get seated. I will treat your wound else it will leave the scar on her Highness' hand, asserted the royal physician. Su Binshi made the crown princess on the chair there and the royal physician started dressing the crown princess' wound. As it was done, the royal physician took his leave. Who placed the knife over there? Court Lady Su asked angrily from the maids there who had bowed their heads. Court Lady Su, I was the one who had put the knife there. We shall leave for the greeting hall, Ing Lily stated and stood up from the chair. The court lady bowed her head, accepting the orders of the crown princess. They then left for the greeting hall. As they came to the central imperial palace, they encountered a few princes whom Ing Lily could not recognize. Your Highness, this is the second prince and on the left of the second prince is the third prince, Court Lady Su whispered near Ing Lily's ear who shook her head. Forgive me for not being able to recognize the second brother and third brother, Ing Lily stated as she bowed her head slightly, lowering her gaze. The crown princess shall not ask for apologies. I am the second Prince Yongjing and this is my third brother, Rong Zemin. It is our pleasure to meet Her Royal Highness. The rumors are indeed true. Her Highness is a heavenly beauty. But, where is the crown prince? Did His Highness not accompany the crown princess? Rong Zemin asked and looked back. Third brother, thank you for asking about me. Rong Zemin turned back as he saw Xingli who came towards Ing Lily and stood beside her. My dear crown princess, forgive me. An urgent work had come so I could not come to your chamber, Xingli asserted. My dear princess, how did this happen? Xingli asked, showing his fake concern, and then gazed at Court Lady Su. It seems because of the old age you are having difficulty in working, Xingli pronounced. Ing Lily pulled back her hand and spoke. It is fine. I was not careful and ended up getting hurt. You shall be careful, my crown princess, Xingli asserted. Rong Ziming and Yongjing smiled at seeing the two. It seems the crown prince has fallen for the magnificent beauty, Yongjing whispered in the ear of Rong Zemin who shook his head in agreement. Indeed, I shall be careful of you, Ing Lily said in a low voice and averted her gaze from the crown prince. Chapter 12. Strong or weak? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 12. Strong or weak? After giving the morning greeting to the emperor, his empress, and his 3 other consorts, they all left for the morning meals. Crown princess shall serve the food to everyone with her hands, the empress expressed her desire to which Ing Lily agreed immediately. Starting with the emperor, the crown princess served the food to all regal members of the family. She went to the crown prince to serve the food to him who was already annoyed by her. Ing Lily thought of something and put the spices in the fish soup. The crown princess put the silver bowl on the table and rice in the other bowl. Placing the chopsticks beside that, the crown princess put the other side dishes as well on the table. The food seems so delicious after Her Royal Highness served it to us, Jian Guizhi asserted with a smile. First Prince is absolutely right. Even I am finding the food delicious today, Han Wenji proclaimed and then looked at the Empress, who agreed with the Emperor. Crown Princess, please take your seat and start eating, Wen Wei told Ning Lily, who stood up and bowed her head. The Crown Prince picked the spoon to taste the soup. Taking a spoonful of it, he sipped it and started coughing because of the spices in it. Ning Lily smiled faintly when everyone looked at the Crown Prince. Ning Lily went to him and bent on her knees. She gave the water to Sheng Li and caressed his back. Sheng Li drank the water and looked at Ning Lily. How dare you to put the spices in my food? Sheng Li shouted and again drank the water. What are you saying, fifth brother? There are no spices at all, Rome Zemin proclaimed. The Crown Prince shall not accuse the Crown Princess. I think His Highness' taste buds has gotten some type of disorder during the military campaign, Jian Guizhi joked, and they all laughed. Sheng Li jerked off Ning Lily's hand from him and stood up. Did you put the spices in my food? Sheng Li asked fiercely from the maidservant who was holding the wooden serving tray. Everyone looked at Sheng Li, whose anger was now visible on his face. Ning Lily stood up and went near the Crown Prince. I did this so, do not get angry at her. Ning Lily accepted her fault when Sheng Li threw the tray away which was in the hands of the maidservant. The maidservant came onto her knees, begging for her life. Take her away, Sheng Li ordered when Ning Lily intervened. Sheng Li raised his hands to the shoulder's height and bowed his head. Forgive me, father. I am not in a mood to eat. I shall take my leave, Sheng Li proclaimed and lifted his head. Glaring at Ning Lily, Sheng Li left the hall. The fifth brother gets angry in little things. I think Her Highness was just showing her love towards the Crown Prince. But, it seems the merciless Crown Prince does not like these kinds of love gestures, Jian Guizhi proclaimed, looking at Ning Lily. Elder fifth brother is terrifying. When he threw the tray I thought elder brother would kill the servant. Ning Lily heard the youngest prince, Wang Yu. Lei Wanqi gestured Wang Yu not to speak anything. Ning Lily turned towards the Emperor and the Empress. Please forgive me for ruining the morning meals like this. You all shall continue eating. Ning Lily apologized to them. The maidservant cleaned the floor there and left the hall along with the Crown Princess. Ning Lily was walking through the corridors, wondering where would Sheng Li have disappeared to. She halted at her place. Why am I looking for him? I did not put many spices in his food that he got this much furious, muttered Ning Lily. Su Binshi, who was standing behind the Crown Princess, said, Your Highness, you shall not do any such pranks with His Highness. His Highness could have killed that maidservant at that moment. Ning Lily turned and looked at Su Binshi. I know. I am guilty of this too. But he acted just too much, Ning Lily proclaimed. I think I should apologize to him, but do not. Where did he vanish? Ning Lily worriedly said, looking around. The royal court will start in a while. So, His Highness must have gone to the court. Her Highness can meet His Highness later. Court Lady Su has told me that the Imperial Majesty will tell Her Highness about some inner court rules, Su Binshi stated. Do you know what are those inner court rules? Ning Lily asked Su Binshi. How to serve your husband and selection of concubines. The working of household must be checked daily by Her Highness. Those are a few things I know about the inner court, Su Binshi replied and lowered her eyes. So, do I need to select the concubines for him? Ning Lily asked Su Binshi as the two kept walking through the palace corridors. Yes, Your Highness. In the future need to select a few concubines for His Royal Highness. They will not be the official wives but they will share your husband, Su Binshi proclaimed. Ning Lily flinched her brows and spoke, Is he a womanizer? Su Binshi lifted her eyes and then again lowered them. It seems Her Highness wants the Crown Prince to look at her only, Su Binshi teasingly said. What are you saying? It is good that he can fulfill his weird desires with his future concubines. I do not even want to get closer to me, Ing Lily with an abhorrence. Su Binshi giggled. Your Highness, you seemed like a jealous wife moments ago, Su Binshi proclaimed and again smiled. Ing Lily frowned but did not speak anything. They were now in the practice premises of the palace where all the princes practice warfare and military stuff. A smile carved on Ing Lily's lips seeing all kind of ammunitions there. The swords, bows and arrows and many other arms. Ing Lily stepped down the stairs when Su Binshi stopped her. Where are you going, Your Highness? Women shall not be in such places. We shall leave for Her Highness Inn, Su Binshi pronounced. Binshi, women are not stopped from using those. It is up to us women to consider ourselves strong or weak. Stay here. I am coming in a while, Ing Lily commanded Su Binshi, who could not refute the crown princess orders. Seeing the crown princess coming, their servants standing beside the tables bowed their heads. Ing Lily picked a sword and checked it. She was smiling brightly as if she had come to a place which was her dreamland. I missed grabbing a sword, Ing Lily murmured. You must be a trained sword fighter, Ing Lily heard a familiar voice, so she turned back to look and found the first prince, Jian Guizhi, there. She bowed her head and gracefully lowered her eyes to greet him. How does the first elder brother know about this? Ing Lily asked as she lifted her head and met Jian Guizhi's gaze. The way Her Highness grabbed the sword, replied Jian Guizhi. Please refrain from using the titles. I am younger than you, so you shall not use title, elder first brother, Ing Lily pronounced. Your Highness, tell me then, what shall I call you? Jian Guizhi asked as he grabbed the other sword from the large table. Ing Lily, after thinking a while, spoke, elder first brother can call me Sister Lily. What about an Inger, Your Highness? Jian Guizhi asked Ing Lily. My father used to call me like that, Ing Lily replied, and her eyes turned teary. Jian Guizhi realized that he made the crown princess recalled about her father, who was no more among them. Please forgive this prince, an Inger. Forgive my brother too, who despite the order could not save your father, Jian Guizhi asked for the forgiveness. Ing Lily smiled and spoke, elder first brother, you do not need to apologize. Jian Guizhi gave a tiny smile to her. Inger, would you like to have a friendly sword fight with this prince? Jian Guizhi asked. Ing Lily's eyes gleamed upon hearing that. She shook her head in agreement. I will not be too tough on the crown princess, Jian Guizhi assured Ing Lily. Please do not think me as a weak, gentle woman. Use your full strength, because that way it would be more fun and friendly, Ing Lily asserted. Jian Guizhi was amused by the Ing Lily's request, which seemed good to him. Chapter 13. I got lost in the beauty. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 13. That I got lost in the beauty. Inger, are you sure you want me to be tough on you as a warrior? I am worried that I might hurt the Imperial Highness, Jian Guizhi expressed his concern. And Ing Lily gave a faint smile to Jian Guizhi and spoke, elder first brother, you are also a trained fighter, so I do not think you would hurt me. Ing Lily tightened her grip on the hilt. Jian Guizhi distanced himself from an Ing Lily, and the two for a while just kept staring at each other, waiting for the attack. The other 5 half-brothers came that way and saw the crown princess with a sword. What is the crown princess doing? Lei Wanshi asked from Su Binshi, who immediately lowered her eyes. Wanshi, can you not see Her Imperial Highness is having a friendly fight with the elder first brother? Her Highness is skilled in warfare as well. The crown prince is lucky to have the crown princess as his other half, Yongjing proclaimed and continued moving the fan slightly under his face. Jian Guizhi decided to attack first and ran towards Ing Lily, who positioned her legs and defended the attack of Jian Guizhi. The clanking sound of swords was highly pitched that it hit the ears sharply. The youngest prince, Wen Yu, shut his eyes tightly seeing that and covered his eyes with his palms. But he kept watching from between the gaps of his fingers. Whoa! Is the crown princess going to beat the elder first brother? Rong Zemin nervously said and looked at Yongjing, who shrugged his shoulders. Let's keep watching, Yongjing asserted, and the two looked at the ground where the crown princess and the first prince were having that sword fight. Jian Guizhi widened his eyes and then swiftly brought his sword up front, and the two blades again hit against each other. Inger is quite skilled, Jian Guizhi stated, and with lightning speed moved back, thus dodging the attack of the crown princess. Slashing the swords against each other, none of them was ready to reiterate. The movement of their feet along each other made their moves appear to be synchronized with each other. Jian Guizhi grabbed the wrist of Ning Lily and pulled her such that her back hit against his chest. I think the crown princess is defeated, Jian Guizhi asserted and smirked at Ning Lily. I knew elder first brother will defeat the crown princess. Wait, Rong Zemin saw something unusual which surprised him. Ning Lily had swirled the sword in her hand and raised her hand till the first prince's shoulder, thus pointing the sword's blade at Jian Guizhi's neck. Elder first brother, what would you like to say now? Ning Lily asked Jian Guizhi with a smile. The brothers at the stairs clapped, seeing that. They descended the stairs to go near them, while Su Binchi remained glued at the stairs. I think I got lost in the beauty of the crown princess that I made myself defenseless, Jian Guizhi whispered in Ning Lily's ear. Ning Lily flinched her brows and found they were inappropriately standing close to each other. She released her wrist from the gentle grip of Jian Guizhi and put her other hand down. Stepping back, Ning Lily joined her both hands and lowered her eyes. It was my pleasure having an amicable fight with elder first brother, Ning Lily told Jian Guizhi and lifted her head. Jian Guizhi too bowed his head, accepting his defeat. It was my pleasure to fight with the crown princess. The princes had stopped clapping and came near to them. The crown princess has exceptionally great skills, Yongjing praised Ning Lily. Till this date, I am not able to defeat elder first brother, but Her Highness did it in a first go, asserted Yongjing. I think the first brother was too easy on me. I would have been defeated if he would be a little bit fiercer, the crown princess pronounced. Will the crown princess teach me swordsmanship? Wen Yu asked with a bit of hesitance in his tone. It would be my pleasure to teach Prince Yu swordsmanship to the youngest brother. Please refrain from using the titles. You all shall call me Sister Lily or Sister Ning Lily proclaimed. Wen Yu was happy to hear that and quickly went closer to the crown princess. Sister Lily, you are really beautiful, Wen Yu stressed the word beautiful. Ning Lily thanked the youngest prince for his praise-worthy words. Do not tell the fifth brother, else he will be angry that I am not learning under the guidance of the military general, Wen Yu further stated. That's why Wen Yu must not learn the swordsmanship from Sister Lily. The crown prince could take it the other way, asserted Rong Zemin. Why would he take it the other way? Ning Lily asked curiously. The princes observed that the crown princess was using informal words towards the crown prince. It seems Inger is too friendly with the crown prince, that's why he permitted you to talk informally with him, Jian Guizhi raised a suspicion. And Ning Lily realized what she just said. Elder first brother, why are you calling Sister Lily like that? Is that not used for the people closest to you? Lei Wanshi questioned Jian Guizhi as he called Ning Lily as Inger. I think we all are family, so it is nothing wrong in calling the crown princess as Inger, Wanshi, declared Jian Guizhi. The crown prince will not say anything. You are a younger brother to me, Prince Yu. So, there is nothing wrong in teaching Prince Yu the swordsmanship, Ning Lily opined. The fourth prince, Han Nianzu, was watching all from the high-rising platform above the ground. Elder first brother indeed has eyes on the woman of the fifth brother. Does he know about this, or is he going to ignore this? Nianzu muttered and turned to go when he saw Shui Yuyan there. What is the noble lady Shui doing here in the practice grounds for the princes? Nianzu asked Shui Yuyan, who greeted the fourth prince first before speaking. The crown princess is flirting openly with the palace princes. Do you not think so, Your Highness? Shui Yuyan asked from Nianzu, who gave a faint smile to her. I think that Miss Shui has taken the other ways of this amiable cordial relationship among the princes and the crown princess, stated Nianzu. May I ask what is Miss Xue doing here? Nianzu further asked. I am here to see the Crown Prince, Your Highness, replied Xue Yuyen. Nianzu was not surprised to hear that. I think Miss Xue should limit his visit to the Imperial Highness. He is now officially married. I think Miss Xue understood what I meant, Nianzu proclaimed and left from there. Xue Yuyen stomped her feet on the floor and clenched her fist. My lady, do not be angry. The Crown Prince still loves my lady, stated her assistant, Wu Shan. Let's go to the Imperial Highness chamber, Xue Yuyen told Wu Shan, and they left from there. Ying Lili took her to leave and ascended the stairs when Su Binshi told Ying Lili that the Crown Princess should serve the morning meals to the crown head. Ying Lili first refused, but when Su Binshi told her that the palace people would take it another way, then Ying Lili agreed. They went to the royal kitchen. The royal chef upon the Crown Princess prepared the breakfast meal for the Crown Prince. The food tray was filled with 7 dishes for the morning meal. Su Binshi carried the tray and showed the way to the Crown Prince's inn to the Crown Princess. Hello dear readers. Please do votes on the story. Thank you. Chapter 14. Shared by anyone you are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 14. Shared by anyone. Ying Lili arrived at the manor where the Crown Prince was residing. She grabbed the tray from Su Binshi and ascended the stairs. Your Highness, you might stumble. Please give me the tray, Su Binshi requested from the Crown Princess, who refused to say that she should do that. As they went inside the inn, eunuch Xing Fu bowed before the Crown Princess. Your Highness, the Crown Prince has gone to the royal court, Xing Fu proclaimed. Ying Lili flinched her brows and said, I almost forgot that His Highness has to attend the court at this hour. Xing Fu then politely spoke, Your Highness, when His Highness will return, then this eunuch will inform him about your visit. Head eunuch, there is no need to tell the Crown Prince. Just tell His Highness to take his meals, else it can affect his health, Ying Lili pronounced softly. This is the daughter of the Prime Minister, Su Binshi whispered in Ying Lili's ear. And Ying Lili looked at Xue Yuyen, who came towards the Crown Princess and halted a meter away from her. Wu Shan grabbed the basket from her lady Xue Yuyen, who then kowtowed before the Crown Princess. It is my pleasure to meet Her Royal Highness. This is Xue Yuyen, the daughter of the Prime Minister, Xue Yuyen introduced herself. Both hands were raised till the shoulder and her forehead was touching the back of the palm as she had joined the 2 hands together. Xue Yuyen then gradually lifted her head and put her hands down. Ying Lili gave her a tiny smile and spoke, How come the daughter of the Prime Minister found out what was happening in the breakfast hall? Your spies are really quick to give you this kind of information, Ying Lili asserted. Her tone was slightly sarcastic, which Xue Yuyen understood. Her Royal Highness is taking Xue wrong. I happened to hear about this when I was coming towards the Crown Prince's inn. Even one tiny incident in the palace spread like a forest fire, stated Xue Yuyen. Miss Xue is absolutely right. I must take my leave then, stated Ying Lili, and lowered her eyes a bit, and then looked at Su Binshi. They then left from there. Xing Fu lifted his head and asked Xue Yuyen about her sudden visit. I want to meet the Crown Prince, Xue Yuyen answered. The Crown Prince is not present here at this moment. Furthermore, upon the orders of the Empress, now Miss Xue is not allowed to go to His Imperial Highness room as he is married, eunuch Xing Fu politely replied to Xue Yuyen. Xue Yuyen clenched her fist but kept her cool. Can I wait for His Highness in the waiting room? I have something to converse with His Highness, Xue Yuyen asked Xing Fu, who shook his head. Please this way, Miss Xue, Xing Fu politely said and headed the way towards the waiting room. Xue Yuyen and her assistant followed eunuch Xing Fu to the waiting room. And Ying Lili reached the Empress Manor. Wen Wei was delighted seeing an Ying Lili there. Crown Princess, please make yourself comfortable, Wen Wei told Ying Lili, who bowed her head and sat on the ground stool. Wen Wei told her assistant, Bei Jing, to send maidservants out. Your Imperial Majesty, it seems you are busy with work. Can I help you? Ying Lili asked. Wang Wei gave a tiny smile to Ying Lili and spoke, "Crown Princess, this overcoat for His Imperial Majesty must be completed by me only. Thank you for asking." Wang Wei put the needle on the cloth which had a golden thread over it and a beautiful pattern was being designed on the back of the overcoat. "It seems the Crown Princess does not understand my words," Wang Wei proclaimed. The Empress put the overcoat on the table and then looked at Ying Lili. "Your husband's things must not be shared by anyone. That's why this overcoat I shall make for His Imperial Majesty," asserted Wang Wei. The morning incident was not good. I did not expect such kind of behavior from the Crown Princess. Whatever problems you are undergoing with the Crown Prince must be solved in private between you two inside the manor. Once it comes out then it creates problems. The Crown Prince is in love with the daughter of the Prime Minister which can affect the Crown Princess in the future, the Empress proclaimed. Ying Lili lowered her eyes. "I am guilty of my morning act which I did recklessly. Your Majesty, it does not matter to me whether the Crown Prince loves someone or not. I am fulfilling my duties because of the promise my father had made with His Imperial Majesty. You are like my mother so, I will not hide anything from you. I hate the Crown Prince because he killed my father," Ying Lili stated and lifted her head. Wang Wei flinched her brows and spoke, "I am in the palace for more than 40 years and have seen many ups and downs. For the Crown Princess, everything is new here, that's why she is thinking like this. As his imperial mother, I do not think the Crown Prince has killed your father. The Crown Prince never defies his father's orders. If he had to stop this marriage then, he would have poisoned you while you were coming to the capital." Ying Lili widened her eyes. Indeed, it was not difficult for the Crown Prince to poison her and kill her. But he did not use this evil method. Did she really take the Crown Prince as the wrong person? But, her uncle also told her that the Crown Prince was lying to her. Ying Lili was in deep thought when Wang Wei called out her name. "It seems the Crown Princess is thinking something," Wang Wei stated. Ying Lili shook her head in refusal. "I have prohibited the entry of the Prime Minister's daughter to the Crown Prince's manor. He is married and now the manor is also shared by you. I hope the Crown Princess has understood what I meant." Wang Wei looked into Ying Lili's eyes for an answer. "The Crown Prince loves Miss Xue. I have no problem with that," Ying Lili pronounced. Wang Wei gave a slight smile to Ying Lili and spoke, "Crown Princess, you are really naive. Everyone does not get the opportunity to be the official wife. Please give a thought to it. There are some inner court rules which you must abide by. Do not play with the royal princes as the people here can take it the other way. Crown Princess is a married woman and if she will play like this then that can create suspicions in many eyes." Ying Lili felt dejected upon hearing that. "Your Imperial Majesty, I see them as elder brothers," Ying Lili cleared herself. "But others do not. Moreover, the Crown Princess is married so, you shall be extra careful," Wang Wei stated. Ying Lili nodded and apologized for the mistake she did. "From tomorrow onwards, you have to come here after the morning meals. I will teach you to design the pattern using silk threads. Then, the Crown Princess can present a handwoven robe to the Crown Prince," Wang Wei pronounced. Ying Lili agreed with the Empress. She stayed there till noon and then left as the Empress had to meet the Emperor as the court session was ended. Ying Lili was silent as she could no longer practice, which was like someone had snatched her freedom to do things at her will. She was happy in her home but this marriage had turned her life upside down. Chapter 15. Making out. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 15. Making out. Su Binshi noticed how lost the Crown Princess was after meeting the Empress. "Your Highness, is everything fine?" Su Binshi asked Ying Lili, who hummed at her. "It appears something is going on with Her Highness," stated Su Binshi in a soft tone. "I am missing my home," Ying Lili replied and then turned to Su Binshi. "You must be feeling lonely like me as you are away from your family, right?" Ying Lili asked her attendant. Su Binshi realized how tense the Crown Princess was. I used to miss them when I was new here. Every year I got to see them, but that is not sufficient, Your Highness, Su Binchi proclaimed. Lily agreed with Su Binchi. Your Highness must go to see the Crown Princes and serve him afternoon's meal, Su Binchi suggested out of sudden. Lily had no intention of going there and see his face, but, because the Empress had told her to fulfill her wife's duty as well, so she decided to go to the Crown Prince's manor. Let's go to the royal kitchen, Lily told Su Binchi, and the two left for the royal kitchen house. Why was she here? Did she want me to eat more spices? Xingli muttered in annoyance. Xing Fu smiled, seeing the Crown Prince's expressions. Miss Xue is also here. She is waiting for you in the waiting room, Xing Fu gave another piece of information to the Crown Prince, hearing from which Xingli immediately left the room. Xue, Xingli called out Xue Yuyan's name and walked inside the room. Xue, who was sitting on a chair, stood up seeing the Crown Prince there, and bowed her head. Wu Shan did the same and left the room, leaving the two alone there. Xue, you should be in my resting room. Why are you here? Xingli asked. Xue lifted her head and peered into the eyes of the Crown Prince. Because the manor now belongs to the Crown Princess as well. The Empress has ordered that I shall no longer come here, and the only thing Xue could do was wait for His Highness, Xue Yuyan replied. Xingli was furious hearing that. Why is the Empress intervening in my life? Xingli murmured and went closer to Xue Yuyan. You can come here anytime. No one can stop you from coming here, Xingli proclaimed with an assured look. Xue Yuyan thanked the Crown Prince and then hugged him tightly. I think I have lost my rights on you. I can no longer be the woman I desired for you, Your Highness, Xue Yuyan stated. Xingli made Xue Yuyan looked into his eyes and said, For me, there is only you. I do not consider these palace rules. I will talk with my father again and will do my best in making you an official wife of mine. Xue Yuyan smiled and tiptoed to capture the lips of Xingli, who was startled by Xue's act. He put his hand on her arms to stop her, but Xue was not ready to leave his lips. She was moving her one hand over Xingli's chest, tried opening the Crown Prince's robes. Lily arrived at the manor and asked a maidservant if the Crown Prince had returned, who told her that he headed to the waiting room. Your Highness, I will show you the way there, Su Binchi proclaimed and headed the way while the Crown Princess followed her. Wu Shan saw them and bowed her head. Forgive this petty servant, but Your Highness shall not go in. His Highness and my lady are talking inside, Wu Shan informed Lily, who ignored her and gestured Su Binchi to open the door. Lily walked in holding the tray in her hands when she saw Xingli and Xue Yuyan making out. The tray in her hands fell on the floor and a loud thud sound produced which interrupted the two. How dare you come inside? Xingli shouted when he saw Lily there. Xue Yuyan immediately stepped back and lowered her head. Forgive us, Your Royal Highness, Xue Yuyan told Lily. Please continue whatever you two were doing, Lily stated. She looked at the robes and turned to go when Xingli stopped her. Why did you come here? Xingli questioned Lily, who walked away without giving any answer. You shall leave, Xingli ordered and walked out of the room. Xue Yuyan clenched her fist in anger. Go clean the floor inside, Xingli ordered Su Binchi and walked after Lily, who hurriedly left the manor. Why did I even go there? If he cannot control himself, then he shall do such things in private, mumbled Lily. But, why am I angry? She wondered. She turned left in the corridor when her wrist was grabbed by someone and she pulled back. Lily was now in the arms of Xingli, was gazing at her sharply. Why did you leave without answering me? Xingli questioned Lily. You expect me to watch you two making out with each other? Lily asked him back in a sarcastic tone. We were not making out, Xingli proclaimed with a stern expression. Lily averted her gaze from him. Leave me, Lily stated. Why were you playing with the first brother? Xingli asked another question from Lily. Lily snickered. You also were informed about this. I was missing swordsmanship, replied Ing Lily. Xingli pulled Ing Lily further closer. It is not your home's playground where you can play every time you want. This is the imperial palace where every eye is on you. You want to openly seduce every prince here. Xingli said some harsh words to Ing Lily which infuriated her. She pushed him back. Unlike you, I know how to respect a relationship. You have filthy thinking. If my closeness with the elder brother is affecting you this much, then you should not have married me, Ing Lily pronounced. Do you know what you just said? Why do you like to make me mad every time I see you? Your closeness with the first prince will impact my position. Do you not have brains? Xingli shouted at Ing Lily. Lei Wanshi was coming that way and happened to hear the two. Why are they two arguing with each other? Lei Wanshi thought and went towards them. I have nothing to do with your position. I will do as I please. Unlike others, I am not a fool to listen to you, Ing Lily pronounced sternly. Xingli lost his temper and marched towards Ing Lily when Lei Wanshi appeared out of sudden in front of Ing Lily. Your Highness, why are you arguing with my beautiful sister Lily? Lei Wanshi asked with a gentle smile on his lips. Get aside, Xingli told Lei Wanshi, who refused. Fifth brother, you are scaring my beautiful sister, Wanshi proclaimed and turned to Ing Lily, giving her a wink. Xingli put his hand over Lei Wanshi's shoulder to push him away when Lei Wanshi acted accordingly and put his hand around Xingli's arm. With the other hand, he swiftly opened the fan and started moving it in front of Xingli's face. When did she become your sister? Xingli asked annoyingly from Lei Wanshi. Calm down, dear fifth brother. In the morning, we prince accepted the crown princess as our sister. You shall not argue with my beautiful sister. I wonder how can your heart not melt looking into my sister Lily's eyes. Lei Wanshi complained and continued moving the fan. Don't come near me, Xingli threatened Ing Lily. I am not a fool to go near you, Ing Lily snapped at Xing Lily. Lei Wanshi rolled his eyes because the two again started arguing openly. Tell your sister that she should prevent the rumors from spreading, else I am going to punish her. Saying this, Xingli pushed away Lei Wanshi and walked away from there in anger. Chapter 16. Let's make out here. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 16. Let's make out here. And Ing Lily thanked Lei Wanshi for his sudden interruption because he prevented a big fight between them. It is my pleasure to make things good between you two, Lei Wanshi pronounced. But, may I know why two were fighting and what rumors have spread in the palace? Lei Wanshi queried with a confused expression. The friendly sword fighting between me and elder first brother was taken negatively, sixth brother. So, Sheng. I mean the crown prince is furious about that, stated Ing Lily. Lei Wanshi shook his head. Sister Lily, I do not know whether I shall tell you this or not, but the crown prince is saying right. The first brother is supposed to marry you and he still eyes on you, so it is better to keep a safe distance from him, Sister Lily, suggested Lei Wanshi. And Ing Lily gave a nod and left for her in after taking her to leave from there. Lei Wanshi took a breath of relief and left from there. And Ing Lily came to the inn and found Xingli there, who was seated on the bed. She halted at her place and asked him what he was doing there. We are not done talking. Come here, Xingli voiced in a commanding tone, but Ing Lily ignored him and averted her gaze from him. Did I not say to you not to come here? Then why do you come here? I hate seeing your face, Ing Lily stated with annoyance. Xingli stood up and came near Ing Lily, who did not move from her place at all. Grabbing her chin, Xingli moved her face towards him, to look into his eyes. Even I hate your beautiful eyes, and this entire seductive face of yours. Do you know your acts are known to everyone in the palace? Xingli asked her with an exasperated expression. Ing Lily slapped off Xingli's hand and stepped back. I did nothing wrong. You have snatched my freedom. Do palace people not know what kind of crown prince they have? Having affair with the other woman. You consider yourself invincible but could not stop this marriage, Ying Lili pronounced, shooting glares to Xing Li. Are you jealous that I am not giving enough attention to you? Xing Li asked as he smirked. Who wants your attention? I am just stating the fact. You told me that I am affecting your position as the crown prince, then what about you, who is openly making out with your lover? Ying Lili snapped at him. Xing Li grabbed her arm and pulled Ying Lili towards her. I told you already that I was not making out with her, stated Xing Li and tightened his grip on Ying Lili's arm. I also told you that I do not look at your brothers with bad eyes, especially your first brother. I just wanted to do swordsmanship, Ying Lili stated as she lowered her eyes. The palace has taken away my freedom, the crown princess further added. That's why I told you to kill yourself. That way you would be free from this palace burden, Xing Li asserted. Ying Lili lifted her eyes and met Xing Li's gaze. Killing myself would have made me a coward and my father's name would have been tarnished. I am not a woman who gives up easily, Ying Lili proclaimed with an affirmed voice. Xing Li's grip loosened on Ying Lili's arm. Let's have a swordsmanship tomorrow in the morning. I would like to see why you are so favored by my father, Xing Li stated. Ying Lili's eyes widened when Xing Li heard something. The next second, he carried Ying Lili in his strong arms, which shocked her. What are you doing? Leave me, Ying Lili protested, and she was thrown on the bed. The crown princess was confused seeing the sudden behavior of the crown prince. Before she could get down the bed, Xing Li grabbed her both hands, pinned them down on the soft mattress. Ying Lili thought to kick him, but Xing Li locked her legs by placing his legs on either side of Ying Lili's legs. He was hovering over her, which terrified Ying Lili, and she closed her eyes. Don't do anything to me, Ying Lili stuttered. Leaning closer to Ying Lili's ear, Xing Li whispered, Shoo. Let's act for a few minutes as someone is going to come. Let's end the rumors about you in a go. Ying Lili opened her eyes and looked at Xing Li, who was looking into her pearly eyes. For a few seconds, they got lost in each other's eyes. The crown princess heard the sound of anklets and looked towards the entrance. Let's make out here. It is just to show the empress that our relationship is going good, Xing Li whispered against Ying Lili's ear. What? Ying Lili exclaimed when Xing Li placed his lips on hers. The empress, Wen Wei, stopped at the door of the bed chamber, seeing both the crown prince and crown princess on the bed. She averted her gaze and lifted her hand slightly in the air, to stop the court lady from coming after her. Xing Li moved his lips over Ying Lili's lips while Ying Lili was carrying a shocking expression on her face. The empress continued looking at the two and then left the bed chamber. The empress told Su Binqi not to let anyone enter the bed chamber and left from there. As soon as Xing Li found the empress had gone, he parted his lips from Ying Lili and at the same time let go of her hand. Ying Lili saw that Xing Li had put his thumb on her lips, thus not kissed her directly. Still she was angry at him, so she shouted at him. Lower your voice. I have no intention of kissing you. But, because you had created such a problem, that's why I had to do that, Xing Li asserted and moved away from Ying Lili. He stepped down from the bed. Because you did mistakes, so, I am punishing your attendant, stated Xing Li and walked out of the bed chamber. Ying Lili was scared of hearing that, so, she went after Xing Li. Su Binqi was on her knees and pleading with the crown prince. What are you doing? Ying Lili questioned Xing Li and stepped towards Su Binqi when Xing Li grabbed her wrist and pulled her back. Take her away, the crown prince ordered. Two soldiers came forward and took Su Binqi away. Leave her. She has not done anything wrong, Ying Lili asserted. Punish me but leave her, she further added. I would love to do that, but I cannot. Do not make me angry ever again, else someone else has to take the punishment instead of you, Xing Li pronounced. The crown prince released her hand and walked away. Ying Lili stepped forward when court lady Su stopped her. Your Highness, you did not have your food till now. Please have your meals first because the royal physician will come to check you, court lady Su politely told Ying Lili. But, Su Binqi. I need to save her, Ing Lily proclaimed. Your Highness, Su Binchi was an informant. She is being punished for a reason, asserted Court Lady Su. And Ing Lily did not believe this. Court Lady Su gestured to two attendants and they took Ing Lily inside the chamber. Hello dear readers. Please do votes on the story. Thank you. Happy reading. Chapter 17. Good to me. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 17. Good to me. Xingli was with General Wang Hao in the jail where Su Binchi was taken to. Both hands were tied with the shackles, so were her legs. Xingli was standing at a meter distance from Su Binchi and was giving her a murderous look. For whom do you work for? Xingli queried Su Binchi. His Highness is taking me wrong. I am not spying on the Crown Princess, Su Binchi replied and lowered her eyes. Do you take me as a fool? How could one know what happened on the wedding night between the Crown Princess and me? Because of a petty servant the rumors have surrounded the palace. Now, tell me who told you if you want to remain alive, Xingli with a grim expression asked Su Binchi. Your Highness, this servant is saying the truth, replied Su Binchi. Xingli looked at Wang Hao who bowed his head. Xingli then left the jail. The anger could be seen on his face because of the strange rumor which had spread in the palace. As he was going to the inn, he encountered the fourth prince, Han Nianzhu, who bowed his head slightly and asked him from where he was coming. I was in the dungeon, Brother Zhu, replied Xingli. Your Highness, palace has some strange rumors about you and Her Highness. How are you going to deal with it? Nianzhu asked Xingli, but he did not give any reply. I shall take my leave then. Have a great day ahead. Saying this, Nianzhu walked away. Jian Guizhi is succeeded in spreading the rumors about my relationship with Ing Lily. That woman does not listen to me, so I cannot even expect any kind of cooperation from her, Xingli thought and went to his chamber where Xing Fu brought the meals for him. Seeing the ruined mood of Xingli, Xing Fu tried to cheer him up. Xing Fu, you shall leave. I am not in a mood to talk with anyone. Do not let anyone come inside, Xingli ordered Xing Fu, which he accepted and with gentle steps came out of the chamber. And Ing Lily was done eating when the court lady Su told her to lay down on the bed. But, I am fine, court lady Su. Why am I being examined? And Ing Lily confusedly asked. Your Highness, the royal physician will examine you to know whether you are healthy enough to bear the future heir of the kingdom, Court Lady Su replied softly. Future heir. And Ing Lily muttered. She was already tensed as Su Binchi was taken away and now a new problem came in front of her. The Crown Princess could not even refuse for doing such things to her because she was no longer in Juyan but in the capital of Han where she had to follow everyone. Court Lady Su thought that the Crown Princess was nervous, so she tried to relax Her Highness. Your Highness, do not be scared. It is only a physical examination. Some nerves will be checked by the royal physician to make sure that you will not have any kind of difficulty in bearing the future heir of the kingdom, asserted Court Lady Su. Is he, the Crown Prince, not going to marry Miss Xue? And Ing Lily out of sudden asked Court Lady Su, who was slightly confused by the Crown Princess question. Your Highness, forgive me if I seem rude to you, but are you trying to say that you do not want to bear the child of His Highness? Court Lady Su, after gathering her entire courage, asked. Ing Lily agreed with Court Lady Su. His Highness loves her, and if... The Crown Princess words were cut by Empress Wang Wei, whose tone had slight anger in that. How can the Crown Princess think like this? Empress Wei asked Ing Lily as she halted right in front of her. There were tens of maidservants behind her, all had lowered their eyes. Right away, and Ing Lily lowered her eyes. Your Imperial Majesty, please forgive the Crown Princess for her NA.VE behavior, Court Lady Su intervened and defended the Crown Princess. Forgive this NA.VE woman, Your Majesty, stated an Ing Lily. Empress Wei had calmed down and she took an Ing Lily near the bed. Making the Crown Princess sit on the mattress, the Empress sat beside her. Court Lady Su, send the rest maidservants outside, Empress Wei ordered. Court Lady Su bowed her head and gestured the maidservants to go outside. Ying Lily, I am like your mother. Indeed, I cannot replace her, but I understand your worries. Everything happened so fast and you entered the palace. Do the crown princess know about the palace rumor? Empress Wei asked the crown princess, who shook her head in refusal. On the wedding night, the crown prince left the bed-chamber in a few minutes. It means you two are going on good terms. The crown prince's position will destabilize if his wife will not support him. Then, you are seen with the first prince, which in many eyes is seeing the other way. Ying Lily clutched her robes and lowered her eyes. The crown princess did not know that the palace people would be so observant of her relationship with the crown prince. And, now this physical examination was giving her a headache. That's why Xingli told me to be careful, Ying Lily thought. Is this true that you and the crown prince are on odd terms with each other? Because earlier I have seen you two were on the bed, stated Empress Wei. And Ying Lily lifted her head and looked at the Empress, who was waiting for an answer. Your Majesty, there is nothing odd in our relationship, Ying Lily lied to Empress Wei. Indeed, everything happened so fast, but then I also accepted the things here. The crown prince is being good to me and wants me to give enough time to get used to the palace, stated the crown princess. Your Imperial Majesty, I was keeping the crown prince's preference first. I mean, the crown prince loves Miss Xue way earlier than he met me. Forgive me for my mended words which gave a wrong idea, asserted the crown princess and lowered her eyes. The royal physician came there and greeted the empress, followed by the crown princess. Empress Wei stood up from the bed and told Ying Lily to lay down, who did so. The royal physician sat on the chair beside the bed and gently placed the fingers on Ying Lily's wrist. After reading the pulse rate, the royal physician checked the eyes of the crown princess. After the royal physician was done examining the crown princess, he stood up from the chair and lowered his head in front of Empress Wei. The crown princess' pulse rate is good and she is healthy to bear the royal child, the royal physician proclaimed. Empress Wei smiled brightly and looked at the crown princess. You are healthy to bear the heir for this kingdom. It is such a great thing I heard today. Lady Su, add some dietary fibers and proteins in the meals of the crown princess, Empress Wei stated. The royal physician took his leave while Empress Wei left after some time. Your Highness, the royal astrologer will come to the palace tomorrow. He will decide the auspicious day when you both will spend a night together, asserted Court Lady Su. Ying Lily gave a nod to Lady Su. Chapter 18. Inside My Heart. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 18. Inside my heart. Xingli and Lei Wanshi could be seen in the residence of the crown prince. They both were seated around a round table on the respective stools. Xingli poured the wine into the porcelain cup and gulped it in a shot. Be slow, Your Highness, stated Lei Wanshi as he grabbed the porcelain cup. Xingli glared at him and spoke, Why did you come in between us in the morning? I was so infuriated because of her NAVE behavior. I do not understand, what did father see in her that he made us two marry? Lei Wanshi put the cup down on the table. Brother Sheng, father has taken a good decision, according to me. Miss Xue is not the right woman with whom you should get involved. You also know the intentions of the Prime Minister. He tried shaking our father's position in the early days when he took over the throne. If Brother Sheng were married to Miss Xue, then, I am afraid that throne would have received its strongest enemy through you, Lei Wanshi proclaimed. Do you really think that the Prime Minister would be able to take advantage of me? Xingli questioned Lei Wanshi, who snickered. Brother Sheng, he has ministerial support for a very long time. That is why father is not able to remove him till now, asserted Lei Wanshi. Wanshi, are you telling me not to marry Xue Yuyan? At least you shall understand me. I am in love with Xue. I see her as my woman. I want her to be my crown princess, Xingli proclaimed. Lei Wanshi slightly laughed. It seems Brother Sheng does not know the meaning of love, Lei Wanshi stated and sipped the drink from the porcelain cup. What do you mean? Are you saying this cruel man does not know about love? Shengli queried Lei Wanshi and poured the drink for himself. Cruel man, muttered Lei Wanshi. I do not dare to think like that. I am just saying that Brother Sheng does not know what is love. Lei Wanshi asserted. Shengli was annoyed hearing that. Do not talk like Ying Lili. She also told me that a cruel man like me deserves no love, Shengli with an exasperation stated and tightly grabbed the cup. Sister Lily might have said in anger. She is such a gentle kind woman and the way she talks makes anyone melt. I think Brother Sheng might have infuriated her or scared her, that's why she said this to you, Lei Wanshi opined. He was smiling and waiting for the answer from Shengli. She is the only woman who does not afraid of me. For the first time in my life, I am tied because of my father. I letting Lily speak and yet I am not able to kill her. Why? Because father will get hurt. I do not know why her voice seems so sweet to you all, but to me it is kind of provocative, as if she is ready to fight with me at any instant. She accused me when I did not kill her father and let her foolish uncle rule Juyen, who killed her father. I wonder why father thinks that she is the smartest woman out there when to me she is the dumbest. Shengli blurted out everything and then drank the wine. Lei Wanshi started laughing, which confused Shengli. Are my talks funny to you? Shengli questioned Lei Wanshi, who stopped laughing. Indeed, they are funny. Han Shengli is irritated by a woman. Isn't it funny? It seems you two are in a war of love. Brother Sheng, this is love. You are not in love with Xue, because if you would be, then you would not have married Sister Lily even if the father gave you the order, or you would have killed Sister Lily to make things easier for you, stated Lei Wanshi. Shengli shook his head in refusal. You do not understand, Shengli mumbled, which Lei Wanshi heard. I do understand you, Brother Sheng. But you are not understanding. You should not have let come Miss Xue to your residence. Sister Lily must be agitated seeing you two while you two were making out, Lei Wanshi pronounced with a serious tone. I was not making out with her. She kissed me and by then Ying Lili came inside. Furthermore, it shall not matter to Ying Lili. I already told her that I have a lover, stated Shengli. Brother Sheng, Miss Xue is intervening in your married life and your status as a just crown prince as well. Let's take a situation. What if Sister Lily is kissed by a man other than you? Will you let go of that because you do not love her, or would you feel agitated? Lei Wanshi asked. Brother Sheng, do not give a vague answer. Okay, what if Sister Lily is kissed by the first brother? Will you not react at all? He calls Sister Lily as Inger, so you can see the first brother wants to claim your wife, Lei Wanshi proclaimed. But he cannot because she is married to me. Now, let's stop. You shall leave, Prince Wanshi. It was nice talking to you. Have a good night's sleep, Shengli wished him, who gave a nod and left from there. And Ying Lili was roaming in the imperial garden. Court Lady Su and the other attendants were standing a few meters away in a row with bowed heads. The breeze was gentle, which to some extent calmed down Ying Lili's nerves. She missed her home where she used to have a night walk with her father after dinner every day. Her father used to tell her about the subject matters on which he used to give the judgments. The crown princess was missing her father's presence. For you, I am here, father, and Ying Lili murmured. I do not know how is my mother doing. Is she taking good care of herself? Ying Lili further thought. I used to consider myself strong, but, when the time came I was helpless and could not stop anything. Married with the crown prince who does not even understand human emotions. I wish I could change this, Ying Lili muttered as she looked at the pond which was lit by the moonlight. Indeed, the crown princess can change him if she wants, Ying Lili heard the emperor's voice. She immediately turned and saw the emperor just came there. Your Imperial Majesty, Ying Lili proclaimed as she bowed her head, gracefully. Han Wenji came near. Ying Lili stood beside her. Ing Lily turned back and said, I shall take my leave, Your Majesty, Crown Princess, let's have a conversation, the Emperor told Ing Lily, who gave a nod. I used to come here with someone but she is no more here. Her memories left behind only, Han Wenji stated. Ing Lily realized that the Emperor was longing for one of his concubines. The Emperor seemed sad and it could be seen on the Emperor's face that this place was precious to him. The palace is empty without her, but then she left her most precious thing behind her. Her son, Han Shengli, Han Wenji proclaimed and smiled. Ing Lily widened her eyes because she thought the crown prince was the son of the empress. Then, she recalled Lady Su was telling her about the crown prince but she did not pay heed that time. What, the crown prince is not the son of the empress? Ing Lily asked with a startled expression. Han Wenji turned his eyes towards Ing Lily when she lowered them. My official wife died when Shengli was 4 years old. Indeed, the empress is his mother but not the birth mother. Since you not know, then it is obvious you two are not close even after getting married. Crown Princess, Shengli is only cruel from the outside but his heart is like a child. Maybe, he turned cruel because his father never looked after him because of the duties as a king at that time. He was a kind child who could not even kill an ant, but when I met him after 5 years, he had become a different person. That's why I made you two marry, because I believe a cold heart can be melted by a warm heart. My son needs the love which I believe only you can give him. Han Wenji's eyes were teary as if he regretted not being with his son. They say an emperor is a tough person but he turns soft seeing his children and subjects. But, the crown prince does not like my presence, neither I do. Does His Majesty really think I can be the one who can give him love? Moreover, His Highness killed my father and that grudge is still inside my heart, Ing Lily proclaimed. Chapter 19. I will pleasure you. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 19. That I will pleasure you. Han Wenji smiled upon hearing the crown princess. Crown princess still thinks that crown prince will do something like this. If he had to kill King Song, he would have killed him the moment he entered Juyin. It is not about his father's faith in him but also the words of his father to your father, asserted Han Wenji. And Ing Lily still did not want to believe that. Your Majesty, I might seem rude to you but the person who killed so many people in his life can kill my father as well. My uncle cannot lie to me. He told me that how the crown prince planned all this. I agreed to marry him. Then why did he kill my father the day I was coming here? There is only resentment inside my heart for the crown prince. Ing Lily's turned watery while saying all this to the emperor. Her voice choked as tears fell down her cheeks. Indeed, my duty is now following my husband but I am afraid that I cannot do this. The person who killed the most precious person in my life will only receive my hate, not love. Miss Xue is his lover and I do not have any problem with their relationship, Ing Lily sternly proclaimed. Han Wenji found the misunderstandings between the crown prince and the crown princess were huge. Crown princess, you are a brainy woman. Do you think your father is killed by Shengli? This is politics where brothers fight for the throne. Your uncle had made a conspiracy to kill your father. Maybe you are lacking something, or there might be a possibility that your father never told you about his relationship with his brother. Because you have raised this issue, I will look into it. The true culprit behind your father's murder be punished, Han Wenji declared in front of Ing Lily. Your Majesty, what if your son comes out to be the real culprit? Would His Majesty still punish him? Please forgive me for asking such a rude question, but it is about justice and I believe Emperor Han will not be biased if the crown prince is found guilty, Ing Lily stated with an affirmed tone. Shengli has not killed the King Song. After a week you will know the real culprit, crown princess. This is a word of a father before the emperor, stated Han Wenji with a smile. If Shengli were a bad person then he would have killed the crown princess in the way instead of bringing her here. Just put a thought over it, Han Wenji further pronounced. Shengli does not love Miss Xue. Because she was with him in childhood time, Shengli got attracted to her. I hope the Crown Princess will try to understand the Crown Prince through her heart, stated Han Wenji with a tiny smile on his lips. Ning Lily fell into a deep thought upon hearing that. She shook her head and then bowed her head before the emperor. I shall take my leave, your imperial majesty. You shall also go inside as it is getting cold, Ning Lily said. Crown Princess shall leave. I will stay here for a few more minutes, Han Wenji stated. Ning Lily gave a nod and stepped back and then turned to leave. She kept walking and found the court lady Su. Your Highness, it is late night. Let's head back to the inn, court lady softly said. Ning Lily agreed with the court lady. They stepped ahead when something hit the Crown Princess's head. She stopped at her place, so were the maidservants and court lady behind her. Your Highness, what happened? Court lady Su asked. Court lady Su, please show me the way to the Crown Prince's residence, Ning Lily in a commanding tone stated. Forgive me, Your Highness. But, in the late night Her Highness is not allowed to go to the Crown Prince's chamber, replied Court Lady Su. I have to converse with the Crown Prince regarding an important matter, Ning Lily proclaimed. Court Lady Su was still adamant because of the palace rule when Ning Lily said, Court Lady Su, you shall not defy the orders of the Crown Princess. Court Lady Su apologized for her stubbornness and led the way towards the Crown Prince's residence. Eunuch Xing Fu saw the Crown Princess coming there, so he went running towards her. Bowing his head, Xing Fu spoke, Your Royal Highness, why are you here this late night? I need to meet His Highness, replied Ning Lily. My kind apologies to Her Highness, but you cannot meet the Crown Prince at this hour. I will inform His Highness about your visit to the inn, proclaimed Xing Fu. Eunuch Xing Fu, I want to meet His Highness. It is an order. Please send away the servants from outside the chamber. I will take my leave in a while, Ning Lily with a stern expression told Xing Fu, who looked at Court Lady Su, who averted her gaze. He understood that the Crown Princess did not listen to Court Lady Su, so he also did not oppose. Your Highness, please this way, Xing Fu said politely and led the way. Ning Lily followed him, and now they were outside the bed. Chamber's door. Ning Lily glanced at Xing Fu, who understood what the Crown Princess meant. He told the servants to stand 10 meters away from the door, who followed the order. Ning Lily stepped inside as Xing Fu opened the door for her. Han Xingli was still drinking wine when he heard the sound of the anklets. He lifted his eyes and found Ning Lily in front of his eyes. What are you doing here at this late hour? Xingli asked with an exasperated expression, shooting glares at Ning Lily. Stopping a meter away from the table, the Crown Princess looked at the wine jars placed on the round wooden table. The Crown Prince did not say anything after that and continued drinking, looking at Ning Lily. Ning Lily recalled her conversation with the Emperor. They both kept staring at each other for a while. When Xingli did not stop drinking, Ning Lily went to him and bent on her knees. Xingli was confused when Ning Lily grabbed the porcelain cup. They both gazed at each other when Ning Lily pulled the cup towards her and placed that on the table. You shall not drink too much. It is not good for health, Ning Lily pronounced and met Xingli's gaze. What happened to you suddenly? Caring for me? Wait, or did you come here to kill me in my drunkard state? Ning Lily, I am not that easy to be killed, Xingli announced and gave her a smirk. His Majesty has told me that he will punish the culprit behind my father's murder. I came to tell you this, that you will be punished for the wrong you have done to my father and my family, Ning Lily stated with a stern expression and got up. Han Xingli smirked upon hearing Ning Lily's words. He saw the Crown Princess had turned to go when he grabbed her wrist, and the next second the Crown Princess was on the lap of the Crown Prince. Their faces were close to each other. Xingli's alcoholic breath was hitting against Ning Lily's lips, whose both hands were rested on the Crown Prince's broad shoulders. She tried to get away, but Xingli pulled her even closer, tightened his grip around her waist. Leave me, Ning Lily with an affirmed tone told Xingli. She was struggling in Xingli's lap while he was astonishingly looking at her, enjoying that. When you know I am drunk then, why did you approach me? Sheng Li inquired the crown princess. The crown prince raised his pointer finger and traced Ying Lily's face outline. Ying Lily felt nervous and she turned her face away. Don't touch me, Ying Lily said in a low voice and pushed Sheng Li using her both hands that were on Sheng Li's shoulder, but it was of no use. Sheng Li chuckled and put his finger under Ying Lily's chin, thus forcing her to look into his eyes. You think I like to touch you? Crown Princess is living in her biggest illusion. I might love to touch the other women out there but not you, Sheng Li proclaimed. Let me go, then, Ying Lily pronounced. Are you not here to sleep with me? Sheng Li questioned Ying Lily with a raised brow. His smirk grew wider when Ying Lily averted her gaze again from Sheng Li. Answer. The Empress must have told you ways to seduce a man, as I am not giving you enough attention, Sheng Li said in a loud voice which roared in the bed-chamber, making the crown princess look at him again. Ying Lily was furious upon hearing this. What are you talking about? I should not have come here, murmured Ying Lily and jerked Sheng Li's hand off her chin. Let me go. You can enjoy your drinks, stated Ying Lily. You have entered the residence of the crown prince where one enters and leaves only with his permission. I do not want to let you go today. Let's sleep together. I will pleasure you and fulfill your desires. Sheng Li stated with a smirk. Ying Lily slapped him, which made Sheng Li furious. How dare you say that? When I told you that I was here because... Before she could complete her words, Sheng Li captured her lips and kissed her harshly. Ying Lily tried pushing him but he did not budge, instead tightened his grip around Ying Lily's waist. Chapter 20. Do not start a war, Lily. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 20. Do not start a war, Lily. After dinner time, Sheng Li was done reading the scrolls on which the other day he had to inform the emperor about the petitions filed by the nearest village in the capital by a peasant group. Eunuch Xing Fu was helping him when the first prince came there. Xing Fu bowed his head in front of Jian Guizhi and then left from there. Elder first brother is here. What could be the possible reason? Sheng Li asked as he gestured to him to sit over the chair around the desk. A servant came there and pulled the chair out for the first prince. Bring the tea, Sheng Li ordered the servant, who bowed his head and walked out. His Highness submerged himself in the work as soon as he comes back from the military campaign, stated Jian Guizhi, looking at the scrolls on the table. Sheng Li gave a nod and asked about his sudden visit. I just want to talk with my younger brother, Jian Guizhi stated. Sheng Li chuckled hearing that. Elder brother, you never did such sudden visits in my residence. Do you think I will believe your words? Sheng Li was grinning at the first prince. The palace rumors are spreading like a wildfire. I believe you do not know about the rumors, neither Yinger knows, Jian Guizhi asserted. Sheng Li's facial expressions darkened as he heard his wife's name from the first prince. Even the crown prince did not call out Ying Lily like that. What happened, young fifth brother? It seems I said something wrong, proclaimed Jian Guizhi. Elder brother shall not call my wife's name with such affection. It is giving me a fallacious idea, Sheng Li pronounced. Jian Guizhi smiled slightly. The servant by then came there with a tray on which a teapot and 2 porcelain cups were placed. He served tea to the 2 princes and left from there. Jian Guizhi grabbed the cup and sipped the tea. Lavender tea calms my nerves down, Sheng heard the first prince. Brother Sheng, the crown princess herself agreed to this name, so I do not think the crown prince shall have any problem with this, stated Jian Guizhi. Sheng Li tightened his grip on the porcelain cup upon hearing that. It seems the crown prince is not on good terms with the crown princess. Is it because of the lover you have? Brother Sheng, the rumors said that on the wedding night the crown princess was harmed by you. Is it because you again lost control over your beast? I almost forgot that after you lost your mother, you turned evil man, Jian Guizhi asserted and sipped the tea again. Sheng Li kept the pressure on the porcelain cup intact while gazing into the eyes of the first prince. Jian Guizhi was waiting for the crown prince's response. Elder brother, why are you so much interested in my personal life? Is it because the crown princess not married to you? I heard the late King Song did not want his daughter to be your concubine. So, if you are thinking that the crown princess can be yours, then you shall throw this idea from your mind, proclaimed Sheng Li, and drank the tea from the cup he was holding. Jian Guizhi did not expect the crown prince would fight back for a woman with him. Brother Sheng, I do not dare to eye your noble wife. Ying'er thinks of me as her elder brother, so, as an elder brother, I am concerned about her. I do not want her to get hurt by my ruthless brother. Indeed, I selected her as my concubine, but now that's in past, stated Jian Guizhi in a quite serious tone. It seems the elder brother came here to talk particularly about the crown princess, Sheng Li in a sarcastic tone said. You can say that, brother Sheng. There is one more thing that you must know. I am marrying Miss Xue soon. The Prime Minister is ready to give her daughter's hand to me. Brother Sheng, our fate is so twisted. The one whom you love cannot be with you, and the one I admired could not be with me, Jian Guizhi pronounced and observed Sheng Li's expressions. Forgive me, brother Sheng, but the mother has decided everything out. I do not think that you have enough power to defy or change the orders of the Empress. Sheng Li furrowed his brows upon hearing that. But, he was stuck because for a second he could make his father understand, but his stepmother would never agree to him. Brother Sheng, I shall take my leave. I wish you will take care of Ying'er. Saying this, Jian Guizhi left the study room. Sheng Li threw the cups on from the table. She cannot marry Prince Guizhi, muttered Sheng Li in anger. Xing Fu came running inside and saw the broken cups on the floor. He called for a servant and told him to clean the floor. Your Highness, there is important news I have to forward, Xing Fu stated. Speak, Sheng Li permitted head eunuch. The Empress has called for the royal astrologer tomorrow in the palace. To stop the rumors from spreading, the Imperial Majesty will decide an auspicious day for you two to spend a night together. The Crown Princess is being checked by the royal physician today, and she is entirely healthy to bear the future heir. Xing Fu was done speaking and his head was still lowered. What? What is she trying to do? Sheng Li muttered and got raged. Why is the Empress intervening in my life? Sheng Li shouted. Calm down, Your Highness. The inner palace rules are decided by the Imperial Majesty and His Highness cannot do anything except accepting it, Xing Fu asserted, lowering his eyes. Send some wine in my bed. Chamber and do not let anyone inside, Sheng Li in a commanding tone told Xing Fu. Your Highness, you drank with Prince Wanshi earlier. I am afraid that excessive drinking can do as I say. The cold tone was enough to stop Xing Fu from speaking further. I am sending the wine there in a while, Your Highness. Saying this, Xing Fu left the study room while the Crown Prince went to his bed. Chamber. Sheng Li was thinking of stopping the night to be with the Crown Princess while drinking when the Crown Princess showed her presence in the bed. Chamber, which made his suspicions strong on the Crown Princess. The Empress must have sent her here to seduce me, Sheng Li thought, looking at Ying Lili, who just took away the wine cup from him. But, when the Crown Prince questioned Ying Lili if she was sent there by the Empress, she acted innocent in front of him, which raged the Crown Prince. Let me go. You can enjoy your drinks, stated Ying Lili. You have entered the residence of the Crown Prince, where one enters and leaves only with his permission. I do not want to let you go today. Let's sleep together. I will pleasure you and fulfill your desires. Sheng Li stated with a smirk. Ying Lili slapped him, which made Sheng Li furious. How dare you say that? When I told you that I was here because... Before she could complete her words, Sheng Li captured her lips and kissed her harshly. Ying Lili tried pushing him, but he did not budge, instead tightened his grip around Ying Lili's waist. Ying Lili moved one hand behind her hair and took out a hairpin. Sheng Li was not stopping from kissing her, which had infuriated the Crown Princess. She directed the hairpin towards Sheng Li when he grabbed her hand, which was earlier on Ying Lili's waist. Pulling away from Ing Lily, Xingli spoke, I am not drunk enough to be hurt by you easily. This is the second time you slapped me. Ing Lily felt the pain in her hand as Xingli was tightening his grip around it. Ah! Ing Lily passed out a scream, but Xingli did not affect by this. You are hurting me, Ing Lily with a whimper said. She used her other hand and hit Xingli at his shoulder and he pushed her away. Ing Lily was now on the floor while Xingli was giving her a murderous look. Ing Lily quickly stood up, wanted to leave the bed-chamber as fast as she could. She went towards the door when Xingli spoke, do not start a war, Lily. When I told you that you cannot step outside this chamber then you cannot. Ing Lily was slightly terrified and she wanted to run away from him as fast she could. I am afraid if I will stay here any longer then a cruel man like you will not even stop killing me, Ing Lily announced and forwarded his hand to open the door when she was pinned against the door by the Crown Prince.